Okay, here we go. I'm going to do another video. I was thinking a lot the last couple days, especially last night, about this, about a lot of what's going on, how people are going through a transition, call it an awakening, um, call it whatever you want. People are trying to find peace in their own way through meditation and other modalities. Some people go on pilgrimages. Some people experiment with psychedelics, and of course, they're trying to learn all these techniques to make them feel better. What I've realized is it's a lot of it has to do with an understanding, a very deep understanding about what happened to humanity. And I don't think people spend enough time into the research to find out exactly where our history, history obviously goes back probably millions of years, but even just going back as something like maybe 12 to 15,000 years up until this time, and then to understand how awareness, consciousness, how the brain works, why you react to certain types of triggers in your life, how those formed. I think that it would help people if they put a lot of attention into understanding these concepts on a very deep level. I think that's where a lot of the disconnect was with me. Like, why am I into this, 3 years, and then just now finally, you know, understanding the way my internal system works, understanding everything. Yes, it was a lot of information. Yes, it does take a lot of time. But I feel that if I would have had a plan or an idea of how to actually learn all of these things, I would have done it differently. But I guess everybody learns in their own way, right? But I found the disconnect in why it's taking so long to ascend or transform myself into I don't know, a being of peace, is because it was a lack of the depth of how I wanted to get into the subject matter. And I think what happens is when we go into a deeper level of understanding, we have this feeling of uncomfortableness. This to me is a signal. This is what you have to pass. Oh no, I'll think about that later. Oh no, oh God, that feels really bad to hear that, but okay, yeah, it's bad. No, I know. And then your mind goes somewhere else. Your mind needs to stay there more often. And it's that work that eventually gets you to a point where you don't just understand something to be true, you know it to be true because you feel it. You embody the truth. That's why I don't like to use believe, because when people say they believe something, that means they don't know it's true. Okay? I don't use belief anymore. I think that word hurts people, to be honest with you. Oh, I believe. Well, you need to believe. No, you need to know. You need to know. Don't believe anymore. Because if you know something, if you believe it, you say, okay, yeah, I believe that it's true, but, I'm going to continue my thing. If you know it is, you walk that you know. You know what I'm saying? You need to know. So I think a message that I want to send out to everybody is there's a specific set of things that we need to understand about who we are as humans, the history on a deep level, the mental programming and conditioning on a deep level. If you're still not feeling good, why? It's because you didn't go deep enough. That's what I have to say. And it's the same thing when I was doing bodybuilding and competitions. If your body stops changing and you start complaining, oh, because of this, no, you're not going deep enough. Maybe you need to be more intense. Maybe you need to eat even better than you think you already do. You need to level up. That's what this is all about. So if you're not feeling like you're where you need to be, you need to level up. What more do I need to understand and learn? What more do I need to face that feels uncomfortable? Because if it feels uncomfortable, you're going the right way. If it doesn't, and then you're still walking in these loops, that's the reason. So I'm really serious. There's a lot of changes going on right now. There's a lot of dangers out there if you're not aware of what's going on. And I can promise you, in these next couple of years, if you don't do this type of work, there's going to be more suffering. It's time to do the work now. It's time to go deeper than you ever have. I'm very serious about this. Okay? I'll post more things later on specifics in specific areas. The last 2 years, I haven't been posting as much as I've wanted to. It's because I've been doing a lot of the deep work. And I will continue to post. But it's very important now that if you're not feeling the way that you do, your body, your soul is asking you, please go deeper for me, please. Okay, so I hope that gives you an idea.